Hey guys, this is the Anime Fiend bringing to you today Yasuhisa Hara's epic Kingdom Chapter 684, The King's Problem. Now, One Piece is also out, and I'm gonna make a review as soon as I upload this video. And hopefully, until then, we'll get a better scan because today's One Piece scan is just horrendous. But the chapter is fire, and I'm really excited to talk about it, but that'll come after this video. So let's get to Kingdom. So in the previous chapter, Ryufui, our big man, is back. Now we don't get to know what Ryufui is planning, but all the remnants of all the rebellions that Sei had to face are gathering in his city. Now, Mr. Shi was like, let's just cap the man. We don't want any trouble from him. Just go send an assassin and just, execute him. But actually, Sei insists that I want to meet the man once before doing all these drastic things and, just face to face, man to man, talk with him and then decide what to do with him. I had kind of a mixed feeling for him. For once, I was like, damn, this man is back. It's awesome. This guy was really dangerous and one of the best characters of Kingdom. So I was excited, but at the same time, I was like, not him again. What is he gonna do? But I certainly did not expect the thing he did, and damn, his character, the direction it went, it was really, really awesome, and a great, you can say, conclusion to his overall character arc, which kinda was out in the open the previous time we saw him. But well, the chapter begins with Mr. Shi and Shobun-kun rushing into the royal court and seeing there's nobody there because Sei already gave a holiday. And both of them were like, fuck, he went there without us. And then you cut to this magnificent scene of the behemoth of a man standing in front of Sei, and of course it's Ryufui. But for the first time, Ryufui is not towering Sei, or he isn't even looking down on Sei. They almost look equal. And the gazes of Ryufui aren't like of malice or aren't prideful. He's just looking like a calm man who is just settling down. Sei even mentions that Ryofui's eyes look the same as when he admitted defeat to Sei long ago. He says Ryufui doesn't look like a man who wants to take down Sei but is just relaxing in his life, so he questions him why is he letting all the rebels collect in his city. Listening to this, Ryufui laughs and says he isn't the reason why all the rebels are joining together in the city, and Sei is at the actual reason for why these rebels are joining together and planning and plotting to take down Sei again. He says Mr. Shi's method of sending an assassin and killing Ryufui was actually the correct method, and even before, when the rebellion of I was going on, or rather they just ended the rebellion, they should have just executed Ryufui then and there. And all of this is happening just because of King's own weakness. And the weakness is he is too kind for his own good. But again, just because of that, he mentions that today Sei is the victor between those two. So again, it's not as simple as that. So Ryufui asks Sei to never forget that his kindness may be his greatest weapon, but it can also be his one and only weakness. So consider this the first and last advice to say from Ryufui. And well, as soon as he says that, Sei just is in shock because he says, and last. I wouldn't say he was shocked, but like definitely he noticed that. Now, Ryufui mentions that thinking back on the famous debate that ended Ryufui's career was actually that a defeat for Ryufui because as much as he thinks about it, he feels like his argument was more logical and Sei's argument was more like a fantasy. This point of bringing peace to China can only be achieved after the unification of China and after the grueling fight between Zhao and Qin. Yofui asks, does Sei still believe that he can achieve that goal? And of course, Sei, without even thinking, says yes. And listening to that, Ryufui actually hugs Sei and wishes him luck. And seeing that, both Sei's and my reaction was like, yo, what the fuck? Is this man gonna off himself? Because he's definitely giving those vibes. And this solidifies even further when he says he's sad that he cannot get out of this city because he'll just be executed. And he's sad that he can't go around the country and look at the unified China when Sei actually achieves his goal. He tells Sei to go back to the capital. He'll take care of the problems that are brewing in this city as the city is his and it's his responsibility. So Sei goes back and a month passes and still the city is just collecting these different rebels of different rebellions and just growing in power, and the thing cannot be ignored anymore. So Mr. Shi again suggests just to cap this dude. So the royal court decides to send a decree to Ryufui that he's stripped of his territory and he should just submit his wealth before everything goes to shit, and the armies would go down and just destroy and level the city. But then a shocking news comes in, and you can see the faces of Sei, Mr. Shi, Shohei kun, Shobun kun, Rishi, everybody, right? Everybody is just shocked. And what is the message? Of course, as we thought, Ryufui drinks poison and commits suicide. Even his burial was just done quietly. You can see everyone's face in this. Like, Rishi is obviously sad, but even Say, you can just see like how much he respected the man. Like, all this time, even if he was an enemy, he was like a magnificent man and he was just phenomenal. So, you can see the respect in everybody's face. Now we get to the last page of the chapter. We see a carriage going somewhere, and one of the passengers says, man, you went through a long length to just go out for a stroll. And the other passenger mentions that, well, it's not a stroll, it's a new journey they're going through, and they're gonna enjoy and go around the country and just visit different places, live a different life than whatever they were living, and just, enjoy life. And then the first passenger says, well, man, if they check the dead body, won't they notice that it's not you? And he says, well, the Majesty would understand. Oh man, Ryufui, the man, the myth, the legend. Until the end, he was just, trolling everybody. And of course, this is the end for him, and I'm pretty sure he's not gonna come back, but god damn. I mean, we've seen Ryukyo and even Oki end in an epic way, but they were the people of war, the people of battle, and of course they died in a war and a battle. But Ryufui was the man of cunning, intelligence, and his smartness, so the way he ended himself is just phenomenal. And I think this chapter, even after having no action, no exposition or anything, just like an honor piece for Ryufui, it's just a phenomenal chapter and I love it. Well, next week there's a break, and we can only speculate in what's gonna happen next, and what's that war between three states about. So, well, we can only assume it's gonna be phenomenal. That's all I have to say for this video. So, if you think the video is good, then like, share, subscribe, and I'll definitely appreciate all that. So, until next time, peace.